Hey everybody, how's it going? It is Matt and it is Fiendish Friday. Yes, 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 folks. Friday is finally upon us. TGIF. And first and foremost, I do hope each and every one of you are having a great morning, evening, dawn, day, or dusk, all that lovely stuff, because life is too short as is. Please do like, share, and subscribe. I love seeing each and every one of your faces here every Monday through Friday, both new and old. And then also, do look in the description box for more information of the film of the day, such as your brief synopsis, your starring cast, your runtime of the cut I am watching, along with an MPAA rating, if there is one, which chances are there is not. The director, some trivia if I come across anything that's worthwhile of mentioning, and then of course a link for either a trailer or a scene in the movie. So you get a little bit of extra information in there. Definitely check out the trivia stuff. I don't always get a chance to mention it while doing the video. Sometimes I forget to mention it, or sometimes the video is already running long enough as is, and I don't want to continue on with dragging on the video. One of those kind of ordeals, if that makes sense with you guys. Alright, now that I got all the opening spiel out of the way, let's get on to the film of the day. Yes, 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 folks, this one came out in 1986, or at least was filmed in 1986 and didn't get a release till, I think it was 1989. It is none other than Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. Yes, folks, this one is a beast of a movie. This one here runs at an hour and 23 minutes. Now, I'm more than positive this one has had different cuts along the way, because this is one brutal film, and it is very, 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 very dark, sadistic, very well done film. I absolutely love and adore this one. I need to upgrade to that newer Blu-ray they did a few years back. It's that one is the 30th edition. I got the 20th edition, so it shows how old this one is. So this came out back in 2006. Holy shit. Anyways, now this one stars Michael Rooker, who plays our lead character, Henry. Then we got Tom Towles playing Otis, as they're both based off of real serial killers, Henry Lee Lucas and Otis Elwood Toole, if you, I think that's what it was Elwood. But, they're loosely based off of those two, and then Tracy Arnold is loosely based off of a girl that Henry Lee Lucas had a relationship with, a much younger girl. She was like 13 or 14. She was very young, and then basically grew up with him and around his debauchery, and kind of got killed along the way. It's not a pretty story. It's not a real good love story. If that's what you're trying to tune into, this is not your movie. Although it does have kind of a love story in it between Henry and Becky's characters. And now this one is directed by John McNaughton. I don't really know him from much of anything else other than this. He's definitely done other things, but this is his magnum opus, in my opinion. This is his greatest piece of work. And like back with Michael Rooker, you should know him from a bunch of other stuff like Slither or the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, since he's part of the Marvel universe now. And then Tom Towles, you should recognize him from such stuff as like The Devil's Rejects and House of a Thousand Corpses and a bunch of other stuff. But those are the first two things I think of right away with those two. Whoop. Now, as far as what do we got here is on this two disc set that I have here. It does have a reversible artwork, which I am torn between this artwork and and that artwork. I absolutely like both of them. I think they are both astonishing. I really like the art that they created for the for the art side of it. Now, like I said, this is a standard issue press 2-disc DVD. Your first disc will have your feature on it. Not a whole lot really on there for as far as special features. You got to pop in disc number 2 to get your special features, which consist of a making of featurette that runs at about an hour long, and then you got a documentary on Henry Lee Lucas himself, a little like mini doc. I think that one runs at about 30 to 40 minutes, something like that, inside the mind of a serial killer type ordeal. And then there's your outtakes and bloopers, your outtakes and deleted scenes, not bloopers. There's a whole thing with that, and that is because originally the movie was running at I think they said 2 hours and 25 minutes, 2.5 hours, something like that. It was a very, very long movie, and especially long for John McNaughton's very first directorial debut, which you know, that's quite a feat to jump in like that. You know, it's very impressive to really. I guess pull something off that major for your very first debut, and you know, and this created two great careers with Tom Towles and Michael Rooker, but excuse me. Now, what exactly is this one about? It's about a guy named Henry who is a drifter type. He has a good friend named Otis, who is also a drifter. They're both ex-cons, and they met in prison. They both have a hankering for killing people, doing sexual misdeeds, just being very just bad people all the way around. They're not good people. If you couldn't tell of the fact that they're serial killers. But they eventually Otis's sister Becky comes along. She's in a very tumultuous relationship with her. I believe it was her husband or boyfriend, or who I believe his husband. But she left and she made her way to Chicago to move in with both Otis and Henry. Bad idea right away, because Otis is a sick individual. He is into some really incestuous love. The guy is not a good man at all. Very, very disgusting, wormy looking man. He's got kind of funky looking teeth, and he's got this really bad comb over, and just real dredge of society look, you know. I mean, not that Henry looks any better, but he doesn't look nearly as grimy, I feel, as Otis's character does. And Otis is into incest, so that right there also shows you a little more griminess. In real life, Otis Toole was a homosexual, a gay man, homosexual. I don't know why I said that. That's like so un-PC now. He's a gay man that was a serial killer, and they both drifted around for a very, very long time. In this one, however, they do kill Otis's character. Otis Toole never really died, and he didn't die in real life. He not by the hands of Henry Lee Lucas. He died in prison, much like Henry Lee Lucas did. They both died in prison after living very privileged lives in prison. Henry Lee Lucas was known as the confession killer. He would confess to all these different crimes and say he did it, and they would basically give him extra privileges so he could show them. So he would show them where these crimes took place, or how they took place, or who it was, and things of that nature, you know. So they got away with a lot of griminess. Like, he got his teeth fixed, he got his eye kind of fixed because he had a wonky eye, a lazy eye, something like it got like stabbed out or something like that when he was a kid or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but either way, you know, they Henry Lee Lucas and Otis Toole. It's very that's one huge difference between this movie, and them in real life. And so you go from them, I guess, having this strange relationship with Becky, to there's this stuff where they want to go buy a new television set. They go buy a new television set, and that whole scene is absolutely astonishing. I love the very very smart ass humor that the salesman has towards these people, because he is selling hot goods, obviously, and you know, they bring $50 for a television set. I don't know where you're going to get a television set for $50 around here either. But he offers to give them this little tiny black and white TV. They don't want it. A little fight ensues, and they end up killing the guy with a soldering iron. They stab the shit out of him with the hot soldering iron, and then they smash a TV over his head and plug it in. Very intense scene. Not that it's the only intense scene in this. One of the most intense scenes of the entire film happens to involve them doing a home invasion on this family, and they slowly kill each and every one of them, and Otis is basically raping and sexually accosting this girl, the mother of these people. It's very, very, very hard scene to make it through if you are very sensitive. Honestly, the whole movie is very. If you have a sensitive stomach, this is not for you. If you do not like extremely dark. Honestly, I feel like this is one of the best films there is about serial killers. I hold it up there with Maniac. You know, this is a very, very well made movie, guys. Definitely check it out. But back to where I was going with the different things that happen in there. The home invasion. At one point, when they go get the television and they kill the guy, they bring home a nicer, newer television, and they happen to take a video recorder type thing, that a camcorder is what he called it. It's a shoulder. You put it on your shoulder and you record videos with it. It's much like a camera. It is a camera. But either way, they steal that from this guy, and they're using it as part of entertainment for their killings. Like the home invasion, they do Michael Rooker's character Henry is filming the whole thing as it's going down, as Otis just thrashes apart this girl, and then Henry goes and he just stabs the shit out of this other guy, the dad, and then it is very, very, very intense scene. In the way this movie even starts off, it's very intense in ways, because you get to see all these victims right from the get. Like, there's like four of them, I believe they show you right away, of people, that 4 or 5 that he has come across and has killed, and the way they did the sound score is absolutely astonishing. They overlaid these sound screams, these samples for screams, and kind of distorted them and lumped it into the or like woven it into the sound score, which is very, very cool. I think it worked perfectly for this movie. Um, uh, uh, it really adds a lot to the film and the overall experience. It's almost like a fourth character that you don't see or know about. It's the sound, the music in the score and everything is just top notch. The acting is so good. From all three of them are great. Although Becky's character does get a little annoying at places, but I think she pulled that off well, and I think she was meant to be that way. It's she's not supposed to be I mean, she's supposed to be a likable character, but not to the degree of somebody you're rooting for, because she obviously comes from a very like bad background. She had some incestuous dad stuff that happened to her, along with you got the stuff with Otis as well. So there's some creepiness going on with that whole family. Now, as far as any kind of ratings would go on this thing, like I said, all before, the sound score, the music score, the acting, the story develops rather well. The momentum of this is very good. It never like it's like a perfect ballet or a roller coaster. It picks up at the right places and drops you down into pure hell and fear when it's supposed to. It is absolutely stunning how well they made this movie. So I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 on a technical side, because it is so well made. Just for people that are into film in general, that want to see something that is gritty and raw and almost perfect in ways, check out this one. This is one I highly recommend, and the Blu-ray of it is still very available. I think it's like less than $20 or less than $25 or something like that. It's reasonably priced, in my opinion, for as far as a new Blu-ray goes. Now, as far as an entertainment side goes, this thing is a 5 out of 5. This is an 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 kind of movie. That's how much I love this movie. Like I've picked out before. You never have a slow, dull spot in it. It constantly has a great momentum, and never really loses its steam along the way. All right, guys. Now I'm going to get the hell out of here. I hope each and every one of you have a fantastic weekend. I'll see y'all on Monday. I think Monday I'm going to do an Italian action cult ripoff of Escape from New York. We'll see. I know for sure I'll be doing it next week, but I'm not sure if I'm doing it Monday or Tuesday. All right, guys. I love your faces, and I'll see ya.